In our news this evening, dengue fever fears spread across the region with expected rises in numbers affected. Women's health issues takes priority during workshop training this week. Celebrations and merriment in town as Alofi Ekalesia welcome their new pastor. Dengue fever fears have spread across the region as the number of reported cases are predicted to rise. Fiji, Vanuatu and the Cook Islands are the latest to report a spate of cases detected recently. There have been over 3,000 reported cases in Fiji, with 3 deaths suspected to be dengue-related. The Cook Islands have declared an outbreak of the mosquito-borne disease, their first in 5 years. It has been 2 years since New Year's last recorded case of dengue fever, and health are aware of the challenges that may be posed. Niue Health commented that dengue is normally brought in from outside and therefore there needs to be some precautionary measures in place. Dengue fever is spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, and for the first time all 4 known stereotypes of the virus are active in the region, including the severe and potentially deadly dengue hemorrhagic fever. A formal precautionary note from the Health Department will be released later in the week, but their vector control spraying is ongoing. Health are also working on issuing reminders for the public to be mindful of, especially those who will be travelling to areas where there are active cases. The focus now is to minimize the risks and to ensure the island has resources on standby in case of any active cases, but the public are reminded to do their own cleaning around homes to get rid of any potential mosquito breeding grounds, especially during this humid and wet period. Women are getting a wider perspective of health services and women-specific health issues in a workshop this week. Despite a low turnout, the workshop was initiated to gauge the level of understanding of women and to improve access to services. Health specialists say that women's health is integral in meeting a number of objectives within the Millennium Development Goals for 2015. For some women, the workshop has highlighted a realization of the value of being aware of certain health aspects and information that can be shared to plan ahead and make informed decisions.
Before we start the workshop, we did a random survey to see how many women have knowledge on the different methods of family planning that is available here on the island. And almost 70% of them are aware of the knowledge. But as the workshop goes on, the response is they've never learned the other important issues, especially about the side effects and what is expected when they are currently on those methods. So I'm sure they also learn about their cycles as well, about a normal female reproductive cycle. And so those are the things, they might be minor, but they're so important aspect in a woman's health that each woman would want to know about. We're looking at other topics to address different age group of women on the island. For instance, later on for this year, we're also looking at focusing on postmenopausal women, the symptoms and signs that they experience. So that's what we want to educate our good women on the island as well. Not only that, but on breast cancer as well, and also joining hands with men as partners in women's health emphasis as well. We want to involve the men as well.
Dr. Lefoto'o says it is important for reproductive women to consider their options, and although the workshop is focused on women, it is critical that men are also involved as partners in decision making for future planning.
This workshop is basically looking at different types of commodities that is available at the hospital, and not only that, but really coming out to understanding what are some of the side effects and what are the things the women expect to experience, and reassuring them about the different commodities that they are currently on or they might want to use later on in their lives. In family planning, not only that, man is also part of a family. Yeah? So we're trying to pull men in so that they can also participate and understand also what the women will experience, yeah? Especially when they are choosing different commodities. Men should also be part of it as well to make decisions as well. And not only that, and supporting.
The expectation is that through this campaign, the Health Department will be able to capture women in all walks of life to enable them to plan their lives accordingly without social, family or financial pressures. In addition, this is also an opportunity for women to access services that Niuefor Hospital can offer and learn more about commodities available for family planning. Future health workshops will focus on other issues such as postmenopause, breast cancer and other areas. Foul weather over the weekend had some locals concerned that there may have been a cyclone on the horizon, but heavy downpours and strong winds did not hamper celebrations in Alofi as the Ecclesia congregation of Alofi marked the investiture of their new pastor, Reverend Nevi Salatielu. Last Saturday, the induction was held at the Alofi Ecclesia Church with a service conducted by the president of Ecclesia Niue, Reverend Aifulia Pomale. In attendance were members from the Ecclesia Governance Committee, church ministers, Premier Toketa Langi, ministers and members of parliament. The church was full as people from all over the island flocked to witness this very special day. The Urumutua, or elder of the congregation, Mr. Puliki Tasmania, extended a warm welcome to the new pastor and his wife, who both come from a strong background of prominent families who have served within the Ecclesia Niue. The response from Reverend Nevi Salatielu was moving with a touch of emotion towards the end of his acceptance speech. With the formal dedication out of the way, proceedings moved on to the Alofi Village Green, where the celebrations continued. Alofi Ecclesia put on a huge feast with the help of families from other villages lending a hand. Tables were piled with food from all four corners of the marquee set up, and the raw food extended half the length of the village green. As speeches were delivered, the skies opened with strong gusts of wind and rain, but the crowd hung on. Once the rain and wind had stopped, the celebrations continued to the end with entertainment and dances. We would like to congratulate and wish the new pastor, Reverend Nevi Salatielu, and his lovely wife, Laluifi, all the best in their new role within the Alofi Ecclesia. And that is our news bulletin for this evening. Do join us again for our next news bulletin on Thursday, and don't forget to tune in to Radio Sunshine tomorrow for the last assembly meeting.